Come on, you guys. Let's go. Let's go. This is one of the most dominant performances since the start of this year. And I know it sounds a bit mad what I'm saying, but we've been winning nothing at all. And the fact that we leave this game in absolute control of Fulham in the London derby. And when you compare this year's performance in January against Fulham to right now, the levels you're seeing, honestly, it made me very happy. Not only did we dominate them tactically, but it was the manner of the performance. We saw some showboating, the amount of flicks. I saw Enzo Fernandez playing Trivela passes again. It's been such a long time since he's played any pass with the outside of his boot. This was the manner of performance that I want to see more of. And I'm hoping, is this the first signs that things are starting to click under Pochettino? My friends, let's discuss the goals. Let's discuss the players. Let's discuss the big moments in our big win against Fulham tonight. Hit that like button if you guys are excited. If you're happy that Mudryk and Broja scored. Let's go over 3K likes for this video. And without wasting any more time, I guess to simply start with things, the lineup, I was impressed. And it seemed like this was more of like a 4-3-3 we saw from Pochettino tonight. Number one, I saw Enzo and Caicedo finally playing in that pivot together. We've been waiting to see that. And is there any surprise that we were so fluid when it came to playing through Fulham's lines and playing through their press time and time again? I have to say that this was probably Caicedo's best ball-playing performance throughout the season since he started for us. So many intelligent positions that he found to receive from the centre-backs and to help us play forwards. Those first-time balls out wide to find the fullbacks, which he's very good at doing too. And then to have Enzo Fernandez, who could really just affect the game with his passes forwards, the timing of his runs, etc., etc. But I think one of the key players that really just made our midfield sink even more together has to be Conor Gallagher. And I'm sorry, the disrespect he gets when he plays one of the most crucial, fundamental parts of football in this country, and that's in terms of the press. Because today, Conor literally did a Ander Herrera job against Eden Hazard, where he marked Palhinha out the game today. This was Palhinha that Thomas Tuchel told Bayern Munich to splash out nearly 70-80 million to sign him before deadline day. He's a great international player, and Gallagher marshaled this guy expertly throughout. His triggering of the press time and time again meant that the team could then support him up the field. It's all these details and the fact that from the first minute to the last minute, the intensity, the desire to still close down, to still press. I'm sorry, this guy needs to get more credit. He's rightfully been in the first team, and I think if you still don't see the benefit, I think this is a personal thing on you, and you have to educate yourself on other important aspects of this game, yeah? Because Conor is fulfilling that, and seeing him, Enzo and Caicedo seamlessly link up and play together, it was really, really big. And I think even Conor played the decisive counter-pressing moment for the second goal, right? Which even released, no, that was Cole Palmer who did that. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm still really excited. I'm buzzing after the manner of performance I saw tonight against Fulham. And I think Conor Gallagher, listen, respect to him for getting the Man of the Match awards. I would probably have given that to Cole Palmer, and I'll discuss Cole Palmer later on. But again, if you're sleeping on Conor Gallagher, wake up on the tactical importance of having a guy like this in your squad and in your team, yeah. But regardless, my friends, let's discuss some of the other big positives. And to see not only Mudryk get his first goal for us, but then Armando Broja to also score in quick succession. After being out for nearly a year, I think the last time he scored was against Wolves. This same time last year was a big moment for both. Mudryk unfortunately came off with a precautionary knock, but the fact that he got his first goal, and I think that is the type of movement that Pochettino is encouraging in Mykhailo Mudryk. It's a bit Son-esque in that sense. I mean, Son first signed for Spurs that season. I remember reports suggesting that Spurs were looking to sell Son immediately, but Poch stuck with him. And look at the incredible work that he did with Son, as he's one of the best attacking players in the league. I think Mudryk can be on that trajectory. He can evolve like that. He's got such great upside to his game, and I just love the mentality because he's had a lot of difficulties. He signed for big money. tons of eyes and attention on him. The player is a confidence player, and it's nice to have a manager that instills this confidence and belief in his team and his players. I mean, you're seeing it in Connor. You're now seeing it in Mudryk. Let's hope that now, after getting this first goal, he starts to open up even more. And obviously, Armando Broja, I mean, wow, this guy was he was causing their defense, you know, issues after issues after issues. I mean, from the second minute of this game, he was through on goal. He did that little pauser to cut inside, and I thought he was set to score his first goal for us in that minute. Again, he absolutely fumbles it. He's leaning back too much, and he blasts it over goal. But that didn't put him off, and instead, that was like a little taster of what to expect from a very, like, you know, a very classy performance from Broja. I mean, he was carrying us up the field. You know, players were bouncing off of him as well too. His pressing was really good. And what I was really impressed with was the fact that normally when players are out for that long, they need a bit more time to really get back into things, get like a feel of things. And we've been here time and time again, players need like at least like 4 or 5 games. And the fact that Broja is ready now speaks volumes about his character and his mentality. I'm hoping that when he got subbed off, that's a precaution. I hope it's not any silly hamstring, because for me, we need both Broja and Jackson to perform together. They can help push each other. If one player's out of form, you need the other striker on form to help out, and vice versa. That's how you need to do things right now. And I really, really hope that both Broja and Jackson are set to be big successes with us. But I think one of the surprises and big successes I think that we're probably going to see this season has to be Cole Jermaine Palmer, because listen, we've known that we needed that 10 or that player between the lines to help our attack. And you know, I said, you know, when I saw what he did for Man City against Sevilla, and then for you know, Arsenal in the Community Shield, I just felt like, you know what, he's done so many nice things already. But I feel like this is the season where Cole Palmer is set to blow, and he wants to explode now. And I really think, wow, in the way he's playing, I mean, he is like the combination of, like, you know, Ziyech, of like Mata, of like Mason Mount. And I make the Mount point because how many times did he trigger that press to close down Robinson? Like, it was Cole Palmer that won that press, that set up the pass for Armando Broja. And it's nice to have a through ball merchant in the team. I mean, are you seeing the weight of balls that he's playing in behind to find the strikers? I mean, as these guys build even more rhythm and understanding together, they're going to have such a beautiful time playing together. Having a guy like Cole Palmer, who showed today, not only is he special on the ball, but off the ball, this kid is no slouch whatsoever. And he has a lot of nice, tasty, quality ingredients where he could be a special player. There was a few question marks around his signing, but honestly, I think there's big upside to expect from him. And just the way in which he receives the ball, how he finds the spaces to hurt and damage the team, how he constantly scans, he's always looking behind him. He has all the hallmarks of something great to come. And again, another performance where for me, he was the man of the match, because creatively, he made everything tick and happen for us. And yeah, I think there's a real big player on our hands right here, my friends. But you know what? There's so many other nice details and moments that I want to discuss. I mean, going back to that Mudryk goal, you know, it was nice to see Caicedo play that long ball to find Levi Cole, who probably played his best left-back performance for us. I mean, that superbly weighted cross from Cole, it makes it so effortless. The dip he puts in those crosses, then to have the on-rushing Mudryk timing his run properly to control it with his chest and finish with his left foot. That was like peak Pochettino ball football. And that was the type of football that Spurs would always flipping win games from when Pochettino was their manager. So little details like that was nice to see. And I think, again, another thing I was really impressed with was how we played off the ball. I think this was our best off the ball performance this season. As I mentioned at the start of this review, Conor Gallagher had an important job man marking Paulina, because the thing behind that, is that Fulham had no passing options when it came to playing out from the back. And when they did have an outlet, it was to play passes wide to one of their fullbacks or one of the wingers. And we would overload those areas, win balls back, and kickstart these pacey, fast transition attacks time and time and time again. And honestly, we should have got more goals today. You know, second half, I think things naturally dipped down a little bit. We was in control. We didn't have to force the situation. Fulham are coming on to us. All we have to do is pick them off in the counter-attack, and we nearly did that. There was that one moment where, you know, I think Sanchez, you know, he has this thing in him. Like, he'll just have one little, like, nightmare moment, and he nearly got caught out with, like, a silly passing behind. But then we quickly turned danger into, like attack for ourselves. A nice quick breakaway, and Ian Maatsen gets on the ends of that cross, of that pass, opens his body up, and then he hits the sides of the post, which is very unfortunate because that's on Ian's strongest foot. Very unlucky there. But it's just nice to know that this is the type of control now that I'm hoping we can build up more from now under Pochettino. I want us to do more to get the first goal so we can then play on the break and play on the counter-attack. I've been stressing this so much throughout the season, and that's what I wanted to see against all these middling clubs that we was doing poor against when the season started. But hopefully, my friends, this is a sign of things to come right now, where things are clicking in place, because off the ball, on the ball, and in terms of like the showboating we showed as well too, this was a very accomplished performance from the team today. Everyone played well. Everyone deserves 7 out of 10. I thought Cucurella, his best Aspie impersonation. He was really on point throughout this game. And I even loved the yellow card he got. Last season, he wouldn't have taken that yellow for the team, but he took it straight because that is how mentally aware the guy is right now. You know, Thiago Silva, the back heel flick passes, like 3 in the game today. He was having fun. He was easily reading and mopping these interceptions for fun. The midfield was on point. The attack was working, and we could have got more too. You know, I've been waiting for this performance for a while now, and who would have thought that if you play some of these players in their best positions, you might see a bit of an upside in the performances across the entirety of the team. So on that note, my friends, thank you for watching. Hit that like button, share your thoughts and opinions too. And on that note, I'm the EFC, this is BlueLionsTV. I'll see you guys tomorrow with the What We Learned video. Cool.